This is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and what I have for you today is a high-security padlock that I believe is only sold in the UK. It's from ERA's professional lineup of locks, and they gave it a very descriptive and generic-sounding name. It's the Maximum Security Rectangular Padlock. And even though this appears to have been made in the same Taiwanese factory that makes locks for at least a half dozen different brands, this is anything but generic. We have a sliding bolt design with a 90mm wide hardened steel lock body and a well-protected 11mm molybdenum alloy shackle. But what sets this lock apart is the core. It's a dimple design with 4 pin-in-pin chambers and 1 pin that can only be set with a magnet, like the small one you see embedded right here on the key. It's a core that'll stop all but a very small group of very skilled and knowledgeable pickers, though it's shy of what I would consider a truly elite lock. So, let's see what it takes to pick this open, and then I'll take it apart to show you what's inside. Before we start, I'm going to set aside a small magnet from the collection I keep just for locks like this. You'll see how I use that in just a moment. We're going to use a Z-bar as a turning tool. And to pick the pin-in-pin chambers, I'll be using this multi-pick flag. Okay, nothing on 2, 3, 4 is binding. Click on the outer pin, maybe a little something on the inner pin. Number 5. Okay, click out of 5 and both the inner and outer pins feel set. Pulling back a bit. Number 4 drop down, I set that again. Number 3 is binding, click there. And on number 2, number 2, got a little bit of movement there. Going back to 3, click on the outer pin, nothing on 4, nothing on 5. Back to the beginning, number 2 drop down again. There we go, 2 feels set. Click on the inner pin on number 3, it feels set. So does 4 and 5. I think we may have all the pin-in-pin chambers set. Let's pick up this small magnet now, and I'm going to place it exactly where the little magnet would be on the key. Release tension just a little bit, and I believe we just set the magnetic pin. You may have noticed I got a little bit more motion on the core. That probably means we just have some inner driver pins left. I just set one on 2, nothing on 3, and there we go, 1 on 4. We appear to have gotten this open. Okay, let's retrieve that small magnet out of the keyway. And then we can take it apart so I can show you what's inside. To disassemble this, we need to remove an Allen screw that is only accessible after the shackle is open. Now we need to remove this security nut. Doesn't seem to be coming out easily. Let's give it a little bit of a tap with a mallet. There we go. Now we should be able to remove the security cover and the core. To take the core apart, we have 2 screws on the back. Let's actually lock this back up. Okay, let's remove those screws now. Now all we should need to finish taking this apart is the key and a follower. Okay, you can see our 4 pin-in-pin chambers, and then up front is the magnetic pin. You'll see if I pull the key out just a little bit, that magnetic pin will pop up. It's made out of steel, so a magnet will pull it back down. Okay, let's drop everything out here, including this little slug of steel down in the bottom of the keyway. I'm not entirely sure what that's for. Okay, we drop the magnetic pin out. Chamber 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's separate the inner and outer pins now. Now let's get the driver pins. There shouldn't be anything on slot 1. Oh, I see what we have. This is not really a driver pin. It's just something with a hole on it into which that magnetic pin will fit. Okay, we have an interesting arrangement for the pins. It looks like the inner and outer pins have separate springs. I'll probably take them apart a little bit differently on the others. Here's the outer pin, and where's the inner pin? Not sure where that inner pin went. Did it fall down? There we go. Outer pin and inner pin. Okay, nothing else unusual about this. If we look at the core, we can see there are a couple of anti-drill pins here and here. That's in addition to the drill protection you see in the form of this hardened steel spinner. Okay, folks, let me give you a little close-up of everything here. Now, I don't want to give you the wrong impression about this lock. It didn't take too long for me to get in, but as I said before, it's going to be a very different story, even with a lot of experienced pickers. To put it differently, this is a lock that I would consider using. In any case, that's all I have for you today on this ERA maximum security rectangular padlock. If you do have any questions or comments about this, please put them below. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.